Hi, everybody, and welcome to Spa Babies. I'm Dan Illman along with Nicole Russo, and we're going to take a look at our Spa Baby race for Sunday, July the 21st. Let's throw up the field for race number 9. It's a maiden special weight for 2-year-old fillies going 3/4 of a mile. $100,000 is the purse. Several horses in this race with experience already, including the number 6, Salted, who goes out for Mark Cassie, and the Cassie barn has already done very well with second out juveniles at this meet.
Yeah, Mark Cassie off to a very good start with his 2-year-olds at this meet. As you said, plenty of experienced horses, some first time starters in here, and several horses on both sides of that divide really have pedigrees that indicate to me they want to go longer. I think this race at 6 furlongs has ideal timing where we could see fillies coming out of this and going on to races like the Spinaway at 7 furlongs, like the Frizette at a mile, like the Alcibiades at a mile and a 16th. This really looks like a race where you want to circle a couple out of here moving forward in this season.
And our morning line favorite is a first-time starter drawing the inside post. That's Kiss Me Slow for Chad Brown and Flavian Pratt by the legendary stallion Into Mischief out of a multiple Grade 3 stakes winning dirt router. And this is just a sensational Phipps family.
Yeah, you see noted right there, the third dam is multiple grade 1 winner My Flag. That means this is the family of the great personal ensign, of the champion Storm Flag Flying, and of so many others. This female family definitely wants to go a route of ground, but Into Mischief on top, you know he can sire a good 2-year-old, you know he can sire a good sprinter, and this one's coming off a bullet work for Chad Brown.
You'll need to break alertly from the inside post, but with that bullet work, it looks like she's got a little bit of speed. The number 2 is Laughing Lady. Now, she's raced once already. That start was on turf in New York, and she just didn't break very well. I think she probably gained a lot of experience from that effort, and maybe dirt will be okay. She's by Practical Joke, who wins 18% with dirt sprinters, and there's some dirt in this family.
There is some dirt in this family. No surprise that she debuted on the turf. Sharp Lisa, who we've mentioned there, was also a graded stakes winner on the turf in addition to her grade 1 wins on dirt. Another similar pedigree profile to Kiss Me Slow. You're going from Into Mischief to a son of Into Mischief, Practical Joke, and putting him, this sire line over a female family full of stamina.
And this is the family of Spring at Last, who won the Grade 1 Don. Johnny Velasquez takes the mount for trainer Tony Dutrow. Black Dog looks like a big contender. That's the number 3. Tom Amos trains. Tyler Gaffalione rides. She's a $375,000 yearling purchase by Quality Road. The barn's already scored with a second out juvenile winner at Saratoga. That was Kim Chi back on the 14th. Black Dog ran well in her debut. She was wired that day. She ran on at the end. A lot of turf and distance in her pedigree, but nice to see that she handled dirt in the debut.
Absolutely. And one of many here who I think is going to get better with a little more distance and going a little bit farther. And you hit the nail right on the head. Tom Amos, second time out, coming up from Kentucky. That's a profile that really works in these races.
Double Cappuccino is the number 4 going out for Todd Pletcher, Arad Ortiz, and Rapoli Stable. Double Cappuccino is going to get blinkers for the first time. A $290,000 yearling by Gun Runner. Now, she took a little bit of money in her debut. She was wired by a fast one named Complexion. And as you see, a lot of route in this pedigree, the family of Peaks and Valleys.
Yeah, that terrific Pin Oak family of peaks and valleys. That is, I think, a nice race that she's coming out of. The winner, as you mentioned, was Complexion, the very well-regarded half to Jack Christopher. She was 7th after all that gate drama in the Schuylerville. Not holding that against her at all. A couple have come out of that race to run decently at Saratoga. So I think this is a good race that Double Cappuccino is coming out of.
Although the number 5 Trading Secrets finished behind Black Dog in the career debut at Churchill Downs, Trading Secrets didn't break very well that day, and Wayne Lucas has had a lot of success with second out 2-year-olds, especially here at Saratoga. Another pedigree, as you mentioned in the open, that really should appreciate more ground. She's a half to Film Star, a grade 2 stakes place dirt router, an $800,000 yearling by Authentic.
Yeah, the first crop of Authentic, another son of Into Mischief, who's really emerging as a sire of sires. We mentioned Practical Joke. Got to mention Golden Sense, who sired Kentucky Derby winner Mystic Dan this year. Terrific sire line. Authentic really improved as he got into his career and learned the ropes a little bit. And I'm kind of expecting some of the same from his progeny to improve in their second and third run. That's particularly true of this one. Wayne Lucas is never afraid to run a horse fit, particularly with a 2-year-old who can get so much knowledge and education out of a racing experience as opposed to another breeze.
Joel Rosario takes the mount on the 5, Trading Secrets. Salted is the 6. This daughter of sensational stallion Tappet sold for $760,000 as a yearling. No wonder, not only by Tappet, but the dam Salty was a grade 1 stakes winner. The second dam adds a little bit of precocity. She took a lot of money in her debut. She showed good early speed. And again, Cassie 2-year-olds are firing right now.
Absolutely. And I feel like this one is probably going to move forward from a fitness standpoint off her debut, in which she dueled with the eventual winner before giving way to finish second. I think she'll handle this little bit of added ground as well as more ground in the future. Tappet did make his name as a good 2-year-old sire, was a leading freshman sire with a couple of 2-year-old champions before he broke through as a perennial leading sire and classic sire. And the dam was trained by Mark Casse as well. He certainly knows this family.
The number 7 is Immersive. This is a Godolphin homebred going out for Brad Cox and Manny Franco by Nyquist. Rock solid, 17% winners with juvenile debut runners. A lot of class and speed in this family. The second dam, Dubai Escapade, was a grade 1 stakes winner, I believe, right here at Saratoga.
And that family as well of Madcap Escapade, you see there she's noted as a grade 1 winning dirt router, but she had terrific speed as well. We've talked about the sire Nyquist quite extensively here. 2-year-old champion, leading 2-year-old sire himself. I think this is a really good blend of speed and precocity and class and stamina in this family, and some solid works over the past month in Kentucky, preparing for debut for Brad Cox, who gets you a pretty good ROI on his juvenile debut runners at Saratoga.
Perfect segue to our formulator factors. Brad, over the past 2 years or so, 2-year-old debut runners, maiden special weight dirt sprints at Saratoga, 33%, $4.33 return on investment. Moving on to the 8 Spun Candy. This is a daughter of Hard Spun, sold 3 times at auction, most recently for $85,000. Dam's a half to Fat Man. It was a real solid horse, a grade 3 stakes winner going long, but there is some speed in the family, and the runner-up from Spun Candy's debut at Churchill Downs did come back to score in a maiden special at Ellis with a 67 buyer.
Yeah, another decent race that this one looks to be coming out of. And Dallas Stewart is another one of those trainers that we talk about all the time, where they can improve with experience, and they can definitely, hit the board and round out your exotics at a price.
She breezed in 10 flat prior to that most recent auction. The 9 is El Suo Oro. This daughter of Bolt Dioro started once, finished behind Double Cappuccino in the career debut. Another one just didn't break very well that day. You could probably give her the race. This is an extremely classy female family.
Yeah, absolutely. You see some synthetic in there, some turf in there. That's why I think it's interesting looking at this horse, because after that debut, which, as you mentioned, she was off a step slow. I'm always willing to give 2-year-olds a mulligan. They get so much education out of those early races. It looks like after that, they experimented a little bit. They worked her on the turf, no surprise with that pedigree, and then said, no, let's focus back on the dirt.
Javier Castellano takes the mount for trainer Rudy Rodriguez. This filly breezed in 10-1 after selling for that $220,000 price tag. Let's take a look at our top picks for Saratoga's 9th race on Sunday. We're both going to go with Kiss Me Slow. I think this race is sort of wide open. I'm not sure I want to take too short of a price, but I really respect this pedigree, and I'm expecting some speed from the rail.
Absolutely. Coming off that bullet work for Chad Brown and breaking from the rail under Flavian Pratt, who's tied at the top of the rider standings right now, just having a terrific early summer at Saratoga. As I said, I like this blend of the stamina and class on the bottom side of the pedigree with the speed and precocity of Into Mischief on top. I really think that they're thinking big things for this filly.
1637 for Nicole. I'm going 1, 3, 4, and 8, focusing on Kiss Me Slow in the 3. Black Dog, a second timer for Tom Amos. It's our Spa Baby race for Sunday, July the 21st, the 9th of Saratoga. Good luck.